At just 21 years old, the American tennis sensation Ben Shelton has already claimed his maiden ATP 500 championship in a stunning victory at the Japanese Open. What's more, he catapulted himself into his debut Grand Slam semifinal at the electrifying 2023 US Open. But what lies beneath the surface of Shelton's extraordinary talent, and how did this remarkable journey ignite? Ben Shelton, at the age of 21 with just 2 years of professional tennis under his belt, secured his maiden ATP title, a remarkable achievement. What truly sets him apart is the potential to finish in the top 15 of the ATP rankings by the end of 2023, a feat that seasoned players like Rafael Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz had to wait considerably longer to accomplish after their first victory in an ATP final. Nadal, who won his first ATP title at the age of 18 in 2004, ended that year ranked 51, while Alcaraz, also 18 at the time of his first win in 2021, concluded the year at number 31. Additionally, Shelton's Tokyo triumph has made him the youngest champion at the Japan Open since Lleyton Hewitt in 2001. Moreover, he follows in the footsteps of his father Brian Shelton as an ATP Tour title holder, making them the fourth father-son duo in the Open era since 1968 to achieve the remarkable feat of winning tour-level singles titles. 2023 is the year where Shelton entirely dedicated himself to elite training, stepping up his game, and in the process, he has evolved into a premier professional. In a recent interview conducted in a VIP lounge, he acknowledged the importance of humility in an environment where individual accomplishments often take the spotlight. Shelton emphasized the collective effort behind the scenes, recognizing the essential role played by those who work tirelessly to organize tournaments. Treating everyone with respect became a cornerstone of his character, emphasizing that his daily interactions within the tennis community define his character, win or lose. The weight of responsibility that accompanies the constant scrutiny of the public eye became apparent to Shelton, who transitioned from being a college student to a professional tennis player in a short period. He expressed how the rapid transformation was both unexpected and challenging. These experiences have contributed to his growth, instilling in him the significance of maintaining authenticity and treating others with respect, reinforcing that staying true to oneself and showing kindness consistently are some of the most significant lessons he has learned along his journey.
The other biggest lesson I've learned is just, people are always watching. The things that you do and say, and being a college kid a year and a half ago, that wasn't something that I expected, or to be in that situation now. It's something that happened quite quickly and was kind of a shock.
In 2023, Shelton's tennis journey saw several remarkable milestones achieved in top tournaments. In his explosive ATP Tour debut, the 21-year-old former NCAA champion opened the year by blazing into the Australian Open quarterfinals on his inaugural trip abroad. By only his second Grand Slam attempt, he catapulted from a start-of-the-year rank of 96 to a formidable 46 post-AO. But there's more to Ben than meets the eye. He's also taking online courses in entrepreneurship and international business. By the way, you can just imagine him discussing business strategies during his VIP access at exclusive events. Anyhow, a remarkable balance of brain and bronze. Hats off to Ben. The journey of the young American continued during the year and saw him achieve another significant milestone by advancing to the last four at the US Open, marking his first tour-level semifinal appearance at a Grand Slam. The success at the US Open also resulted in his debut in the top 20 of the tennis rankings, signifying the rising trajectory of his career. Ben became also the youngest American man to reach the semifinals at the US Open since Michael Chang in 1992. But things didn't stop there. At the 2023 Rolex Shanghai Masters, Shelton reached the first Masters 1000 level quarterfinals of his career, losing only to fellow American Sebastian Korda. Then, the pinnacle of his year was winning the championship at the 2023 Japan Open, where he became the season's sixth first-time ATP champion, solidifying his rise in the world of professional tennis. Ben Shelton, renowned for his distinctive left-handed serve and captivating smile, clinched his maiden ATP title with a 7-5, 6-1 victory over Aslan Karatsev in the final in Tokyo. Shelton's journey in Japan was a tough one, and it all started when he was set to face Taro Daniel in the round of 32. Shelton managed to outlast Daniel after losing the first set 3-6. Despite struggling to convert his breakpoints, the American emerged victorious in this match 3-6, 6-4, 7-6, with a success rate of only 40% on the opportunities he created. Interestingly, Daniel displayed efficiency by converting 50% of the breakpoints he earned. However, this performance fell short of securing the victory. Following this match, Ben holds a 2-0 lead in the head-to-head matchups against Daniel. This meant that now Shelton had to play Jordan Thompson in the round of 16, who had some impressive performances coming into this match. It was a clash of big serving players, to say the least. The Australian Jordan Thompson came out all guns a-blazing and was able to take a quick lead against Shelton with a win percent of 45 serving first, compared to Shelton's 55%, but he was able to force some unforced errors at crucial points and managed to force a tiebreak where he outlasted the American to win the set 7-6. Shelton bounced back in the second set by winning some crucial breakpoints to grab the second set 6-4. Now the momentum was with Shelton and he didn't allow Thompson to bounce back, eventually wrapping up the game 6-7, 6-4, 6-3. Shelton was into the quarterfinals where he faced his fellow compatriot Tommy Paul. Shelton needed 1 hour and 38 minutes to emerge victorious in this all-American affair, beating Paul 7-6, 6-3. It was a difficult challenge, as it is wherever you play against a guy as talented and as tough as Tommy Paul, said Shelton, who saved 6 of 7 breakpoints. Shelton had hit an amazing 14 aces in the game and had won 80% points serving first compared to Tommy Paul's 68%. Shelton also won 52 service points in the match and won both of his breakpoints earned. It was time for the last 4, where he was up against the qualifier Marcus Giron, who was making some serious headlines after defeating Felix Auger-Aliassime in the quarterfinal. In a remarkable comeback, Ben overcame losing the first set to defeat American qualifier Marcus Giron 6-7, 7-6, 6-4, securing his spot in his inaugural tour final. In a tightly contested match, the American successfully converted 4 out of 8 breakpoints at crucial moments. Shelton won a total of 44 receiving points in the match. He also won 77% of points serving first, compared to Giron's 67%, and 53% of points serving second, compared to Giron's 57%. Ben Shelton came back from a set and 2 breakpoints down to take this game and said, "It's a huge achievement for me and my team," Shelton said on court following the win, especially the way that the match panned out today. It was the first time Shelton had qualified for a tour-level final, and now he was up against Aslan Karatsev. Shelton exhibited remarkable composure throughout the final against Karatsev, while it was Karatsev who expressed his frustration by smashing his racket during the second set as Shelton cruised to an easy 7-5, 6-1 victory. "That meant a lot to me and my team. We have been working hard since the beginning to build my game and win titles on the ATP Tour," said Shelton. "I made some deep runs lately. You see the great champions, they finish weeks off. They win titles, they don't just get to finals. They are able to maintain their level throughout the week. I'm not saying I'm anywhere there yet, but to be able to do it for 1 week, put together 5 matches in a row in Tokyo is really special." It took Shelton 84 minutes to outlast Karatsev in the final. Shelton struck 18 winners on the way to beating his opponent 7-5, 6-1. Shelton was on his game with those devastating backhands and strong serves, and he won an incredible 80% of his points serving first as compared to Karatsev's 61%, and 78% of his points serving second as compared to Karatsev's 57%. Shelton won a total of 4 out of his 6 breakpoints, which put Karatsev on his back foot, and after winning a couple of games up front in the first set, Karatsev never really looked in form. Sealing the final, Shelton swiftly clinched a commanding 2-0 lead over Karatsev in their head-to-head battles, dominating the Russian at both the Japan Open and the US Open. In an interview from a VIP lounge, Ben remarked on his year, declaring, "I have surpassed my expectations for the year. It has been a dream year for me." After winning the Japanese Open, Shelton's unexpected early departures at the Vienna Open and Paris Masters halted his pursuit for the ATP Top 10 in a sudden tragic twist.